So much of anger, I can't understand.
Look at Twitter, whatever you call it, X. I think people are so sexually frustrated, firstly. They just go on abusing all the time for no reason.
You're not on X?
No. I like triple X. Just kidding. Apna Sanskriti aur parampara mein nahi hai. This came from a lady who I did an event for.
This is so Shashi Tharoor.
Thank you. That's me. Shashi in an emergency really funny, na? It'd be like, fire. Sabke bacha. Run away.
I bought some fabulous leather goods from Dharavi.
Hello, PETA ka phone call aa gaya.
What are you talking about, PETA and all?
I'm a complete hypocrite. Yeah. I love animals and I eat meat. This is the biggest paradox for me in India. Ki all the non-veg guys like us, we love animals and do what we can. And the veg guys are very disconnected from animals. Hey, wo kutta ko pakad. Hey, billi ko pakad. And even when they touch the cow, it's like, like the cow will bite them. Every year they ask us for Bigg Boss, but who knew that this show is going to be pure vegetarian?
What was that experience?
That was my only problem. I had no idea कि ये diet का issue है. I'm like pure non-veg. They take off eggs. I have nothing to eat.
What is your workout? Cardio?
Indian men don't do cardio. You'll just get uglier.
Why haven't you done anything like chronicling the Parsis of Bombay?
How many are left?
Yeah, that's what I want
We
to
do roll call every day. What? Huh? Faridun gayo? Oops. One love. Across the world, people are worried about being converted. This one great religion is saying, don't come. Only Rahul Gandhi didn't claim it, surprisingly. Rajiv Gandhi's father, Firoz, was Parsi, so he could have had a Navjot. Wo nahi hua. Rahul, it's not too late. I know a Dasturji. We can work it out. Watchmen and rickshawalas I have fought with all my life. You see, watchmen in Mumbai, you're driving, you drop the girl home or whatever, and then you try to find parking. He's sitting there. You park the car, parallel park, 10 minute होता है इसमें. Up, down, reverse, cut. आ गया, finish, shut, engine, check everything, come out, then he goes.
What will your political party be called?
Payjama party.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching or listening to another edition of the ANR podcast with Smita Prakash. This episode is being filmed in Mumbai and my guest is Cyrus Broacha. Cyrus Broacha is an anchor, theatre personality, comedian, political satirist, columnist, podcaster and author. This man is so incredibly witty that I'm decidedly nervous about whether I can keep pace with his repartees. So let's get talking to Cyrus Broacha. Thank you, Cyrus, for coming on the podcast. I've been telling all my guests I'm nervous most about this one.
Why?
How to match or how to even keep up the pace of...
I thought worry है कि मेरी हिंदी इतनी बेकार है कि you'll forget दिल्ली जाने के बाद you will not be able to speak Hindi again.
Yeah, I said the t and the the.
वो तो ध्यान दो, वो तो pronunciation है, अपना grammar भी गलत है, अपना genders भी गलत है. And the best part is कि जो north से आते हैं मुंबई में, I like to speak to them in Hindi and they like to speak in English. और 2-3 महीने के बाद their Hindi is really bad. Really? तो ये मेरी gift है.
But you've been to Bombay, you've been to Delhi, you shot in Delhi so much.
Delhi it improves यार, because क्या करता है सब लोग का वो actually गाना की वजह से, if you remember the rhythm of Delhi, I mean you know, so I pick it up in 2 minutes. I'm standing, Darban will come and say, oh Cyrus, वो बकरा, वो सही है ना, clear. And then you get the song. So then I'm also, you just sing after that. So I also sing back. Oh ठीक है, कैसे हो यार? Oh man, can I use गाली?
Yeah.
That's it. In 5 minutes, you can talk to anybody in Punjabi, Hindi, or whatever you want to call it.
But I can also switch immediately to Bombaya Hindi.
Tell me.
I don't know. I mean, it's like when I'm talking to my
cousins.
It's
a rude Hindi. Understand? There's
no, I don't go to that extent.
No, the delivery is rude. No?
What I can't bear is...
Hey, देखो इधर, क्या करता है? It's just rude. It's coarse.
Sir,
it's wrong.
देख ना.
And then UPI is like almost like you're insulting him.
And the worst is when we would, like at least when we were kids and going in the bus and saying,
oh! Smita ji, kya baat hai? That's the pride of Mumbai ki culture. Don't take that away. When the guys come from outside, they can't, girls cannot understand when somebody goes on the set pe you'll have someone telling a girl also, ma'am, piche. Light ke samne. And all that is just these sounds.
Yeah.
And they're like, boss, Gurgaon mein nahi hota.
Because in Delhi, Gurgaon and all that, even if you board, I mean, even in my college days, you get your bottom pinched, but they'll very sweetly say, bhai sab side ho jao, don't pinch my bottom.
Language mein tamiz hai, but culture is a alag baat, yeah.
So each city has its own. But anyway, can you speak Gujarati?
I can speak Gujarati enough to get by, but not really. South Mumbai mein jaake sab language, my theory is languages come to die in South Mumbai. Whatever language you bring, we'll kill it. We'll just kill it.
What faith are you then? You can't be a Parsi. Can you be a Parsi?
I'm Parsi by like Navjot and all that, but I don't really practice any religion.
But you're half Parsi, right?
I am half Parsi, but my dad was Parsi, so I become a Parsi. It's a chauvinistic, if you like, interpretation.
Okay.
In Jewish faith, अगर मम्मी के line से depend हो जाते हैं. So if the mother is Jewish, then you can claim the Jewish faith.
So let's take. I had this one question. Let's take the Parsi.
So wait, my kids have also had navjots. Okay, and they are also mixed because my mom. Sorry, Freudian slip number 1. Oh my God. आगे नहीं जा सकते. My wife, not my mom. 24 साल के बाद 24 years of marriage, please understand. My wife is also.
I think she's quite used.
She's Hindu-Muslim mix, so we are very secular in that sense.
So they can choose their religion.
But all 4 religions are not applicable because nobody knows anything about them. No, I made them Parsis because it's a dying race and they're allowed by the law. So they are Parsis, but my daughter practices a little bit. My son, God knows.
Tell me again. So suppose you married a non-Parsi, kids can become Parsi.
It goes by the father's line. If you look at the Vadiyas and all these famous things, they've all followed the. Only Rahul Gandhi didn't claim it, surprisingly. Rajiv Gandhi's father, Feroz, was Parsi, so he could have had a Navjot. In which case, it would have continued even if they were quarter by race or 1/8 by race or whatever. But वो नहीं हुआ. Rahul, it's not too late. I know a Dasturji. We can work it out.
Can happen. You think it's going to
Plus Lagan no Bonu. Come on, that's an excuse to have a good meal.
He can come on your podcast and tell you, no?
He won't come, yaar. No, I'm tired.
Pitch.
Smita, you ask the politicians to come.
Pitch.
And I'm very secular.
The way I'm talking as if Rahul Gandhi's come on my podcast.
But you get people, yaar. So I'll take one BJP and one opposition at the same time and chat. I have no problem.
Then how are you different from Rahul, Rubika, Navika, everybody, no? Then
see, they are shouting and screaming and all that. No, I'll have fun with them. We'll have talk about all normal things, like real issues, like parking in South Mumbai. Nobody wants to bring that up, no?
So what will Rahul Gandhi talk about parking in South Mumbai?
They are politicians. They're
You're
trained
so
to talk.
South Mumbai. What about rest of Mumbai, where Sara... And you don't want to talk about Dharavi, where Adani is supposed to be building...
Dharavi, I've been once.
क्या करने
एक बार गया मैं वहाँ पे what I liked is they actually एक बार मैं धारावी एक बार गया life में my wife was shooting she's a photographer she's actually the artist in the family shooting stuff and all वहाँ पे they've got great gyms gym mentality and since I love working out I was very impressed so here's the conclusion I don't know ये गलत है या सही है but my sociological brain tells me कि Mumbai is actually such a robust city in terms of how you can live and earn only house conditions are never going to be great. So you have no idea when you go to Dharavi, they're not necessarily staying in 5-star hotels, but the life and all that is great, yeah.
So I remember many years ago, bought some fabulous leather goods from Dharavi.
Hello, Pita ka phone call aa gaya. Smita ji ka address, hi.
You don't know. What are you talking about, Pita and all
I'm
that?
a complete hypocrite. Yeah. I love animals and I eat meat. India में एक और paradox है. This is the biggest paradox for me in India. कि all the non-veg guys like us, we love animals and do what we can. I'm wearing a pro stray dog T-shirt. And the veg guys are very disconnected from animals. My veg friends growing up, वो कुत्ता को पकड़, बिल्ली को पकड़. And even when they touch the cow, it's like like the cow will bite them. Like we will just go and pat, with much more confidence. So I don't know why this.
But where South Mumbai guy has seen cows and all that when you come to Delhi?
Have you come to Walkeshwar recently? We have 16 mandirs. Don't worry.
Okay.
The cows are everywhere.
But I've seen this. It's something which is very exotic about Mumbai. Like you'll have a butcher shop and then right next to that mandir bhi hai. And
एक जमाना का है
नहीं अभी आज देखा मैंने आज नहीं कल सुबह
इतना तो नहीं है जैसा था 80s and 90s में
everything coexists
everything coexisted for sure I can't say whether they coexist now but yeah there's hope always Amar Akbar Anthony came from here only na
okay
Manmohan Desai I mean if you go back to 80s and those kind of movies
cannot be made today
I can't imagine you might find it infantile or something at some level but I love them
yeah I love them
you remember the scene Amar Akbar Anthony where they're giving
the blood transfusion
connection नहीं है उसमें I don't know how the blood goes. It's only connected to her.
You're not supposed to use logic when you see a Manmohan Desai film, no? Even Amitabh Bachchan says he says, Manji, how, how can this happen?
Because you're comparing 40-50 saal aage, I think that's unfair, like in cricket.
No, when he was shooting for the film,
he was asking on the set?
Yeah, he was asking that how can this is incredible, you can't do this.
Don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions. Just kar. I saw the I Love Mumbai marts.
Yeah.
You have strays, right? You've adopted them.
So while I call them desi dogs, it's like I don't like the word maids and all. I think we should, some of our words should be just taken out. Yeah, this is wrong.
That's true.
So we have welfare of stray dogs, which helps in the sterilization to control the population, etc., etc. And they work out of my small office. They do a little admin from there. So I get free T-shirts. No rent.
So, but you're a dog person, cat person?
Again, ये कैसा secular, non-secular
No,
बात
sorry,
करते हैं
I'm
हम लोग.
not. I don't know. I'm not a cat person. So Siddha.
I know a lot of people say that I only like dogs, but I like all animals. In fact, I fight with my wife over pigeons because she wants, the pigeons drive her mad with the pigeon dropping
Obviously.
or pigeon feeding and all. I'm one of the guys who's pro pigeon. So
I've seen her on your show. She sounds a very sensible person.
yeah, I think she's a fascist pretending to be a liberal. We have lots of that in India. वो तो है.
No,
Yeah.
but to keep up with your sense of humor and your fast-paced brain, it's hard. I'm sure it must be really
Smita,
difficult.
she's not. She never laughs. Don't blame me. I don't know. And then suddenly she laughs at silly videos.
It must be exhausting to laugh all the time. How can you live in that plane all the time with you?
I don't know. I think she's just in a permanent bad mood, and it's before marriage, so I don't think it's my fault.
She's a
completely.
creative person. So
She's actual talent. She's very talented painter, and she's very sincere. ये भी एक बहुत funny चीज़ है because I sometimes feel I do nothing, but I earn more money than her, and I have no interest. I just do the job and leave. But she's really, I mean, she paints all day, looks for the next job. She's the real artist. The artist का what's it called? Drive.
okay.
Yeah.
What did you do in Big
सबसे embarrassing interview.
what
First,
happened?
The wife.
First the wife, then
Big Boss, what happens is
Yeah, which one? Who's the boss?
So after we had a show called Week that wasn't on CNN, IBN, which changed to TV 18, Studio 18 or something, the name in the middle.
Yeah.
And after about 16 years and 10 months, they canned our show. Well, they first canned Rajiv Masan, so we realized कि ये number आ गया अभी.
But you guys were so good.
We thought we were okay, but they didn't. They've become into a hardcore news channel. They removed all the features. What could we do? We tried.
Sunday को करना चाहिए था at least.
But interest नहीं है, तो what can we do?
हाँ.
No. I think while Rajdeep was there, it was different because he wanted to have these little quirks and all. Then slowly the management changed and their interest was only in pure news. So
That's true. But now they have so many channels. I guess you could.
we tried. Smita, we went door to door asking people if they'll take our show. Nobody was even interested. So, but everybody gave advice.
But I guess.
बोथ इंडिया में सबसे आई थिंक ब्यूटीफुल चीज़ है कि एवरीबडी गिव्स यू एडवाइस ये करो यूट्यूब पे जाओ वो ट्यूब पे जाओ
No, but you know what? It's changed in the sense that there's no sense of humor. You can't. They don't understand. Nobody understands satire with politics.
Also,
It's ended.
I want to talk to our television audience before the television audience goes, which is a slightly older audience, which appreciates this sort of vegetarian humor that we did.
Yeah.
It's nowhere close to what, say, Ranveer and Samay Raina are doing, etc. But we're looking at spinning जो stories है, जो actual life में जो हो रहा है, we are just going to spin on that.
Yeah,
Try not to be too personal, etc. And that was great fun. And our audience was all 40 plus. There's no question about it. 90% of them. When I go to airport, somebody with a young kid will come and say, I want to take a picture for my father. Now I'm waiting for the day when they say for my grandfather. It's like that.
Very depressing.
No, it's fine. Market to market hai. I don't care. but it's we are the last television audience, our generation and those above. I wanted to just keep that for a few more years. So anyway, so अचानक ये हो गया suddenly in June. So then every year they ask us for Bigg Boss. Every year I say no, I get scared of all these things. But this time I need some money. अभी show भी cancel हो गया. So then I thought, my manager thought, we said चलो ठीक है, let's go. So we did it. But who knew that the show is going to be pure vegetarian?
What was that experience?
That was my only problem.
You're very brave, firstly, to go there because I would be terrified.
But I thought it's okay. अब पंगा नहीं होगा. I know how to handle myself. I'm not worried about that. I was worried about this thing. I mean, I had no idea कि ये diet का issue है, and that's a very good technique to screw up the relations. Because they take off when there's no, I'm like pure non-veg. They take off eggs. I have nothing to eat. Luckily, the women were lovely. They mothered me properly, all of them. I really do appreciate that.
Who were the women at that?
There was Falak, there was Pooja Bhatt, there was Babika, there was Jia, all of them, not Alia.
They're all vegetarian?
No, they weren't, but they're not pagal like me. Na? So they were able, many Indians can manage, jo bhi hai wo kha sakte hai, right? Because most Indians are like that. But we are also, that's why I made a very wrong comment and said, maybe I should go on Pakistani Bigg Boss.
Oh my God.
I was just saying, diet ki bhi ek cheez hai life mein. What am I going to do? So, and Salman would come and talk about all these things, and Salman will go back to eat his 17 tandoori chickens, and we are stuck.
But okay, so yeah, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
That's a good job.
What's your diet like anyway? I mean, firstly, everybody is like your fitness levels and everything that everybody knows.
No, this I have to thank the
And I saw some of your, was it with Minnie? Who was it you said, who said that agar weights nahi hai to patthar utha leta hai, Cyrus?
Oh God, might be one of them, I don't know.
Mathur.
Mathur?
She said.
She's Delhi girl.
She said पत्थर उठा लेता है अगर छत पे बैठ के.
I'm a little obsessed about training, but also मैं दारू अभी बंद किया था 2015 में. So I've not drunk for 9 years. So I don't go out in the night unless I have to.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
What's the point of being? I don't want to be the guy I used to make fun of. When I was a big drinker, so on Friday night you go, you have 2 drinks, and the ek do banda jo, they don't drink, so they're taking notes down. Cyrus is drinking too much. Cyrus is looking at Alka. Cyrus is getting too close to somebody else's wife. And बाद में मेरे को बताएगा भी, bro, what are you doing, bro? You don't want that. I
was one of those. Okay?
You do that.
I never drank. So what happened was
Don't you get bored?
No. So after a while, how long can you nurse a glass of water or a Coke?
और सब लोग का mood meter जो है,
नहीं मेरे को नहीं फर्क पड़ता because I can see how everybody is degenerated into making asses of themselves, and I can watch.
That's not fair.
But I was also the designated driver, and so everybody was drinking and having fun, and I would have fun looking at them. So
yeah, so I don't want to be that guy who's outside the bubble and trying to be in the bubble. Point क्या है उसमें?
But you gave up because of what? Health reasons, or you just enough?
See, I was a binge drinker. So Friday night ka sabse I would go pagal from the morning and call up people and all that. Landline, if you remember the 90s, checking which girls will come and all that. That whole day would go like that. And I am again not the only one who does this. Except the world has changed, so you do everything faster. So at age of 20, 30, whatever, it was okay. I'd go home drunk, whatever, no problem. But once you cross into 40s, you have children, you come home, take off your clothes and sing opera songs on the dining table. Now your parents are not...
Daddy, stop!
Exactly. 20 years back, they all have, Mera beta, so sweet, pagal hai yaar. It's great fun. At that age, you start looking like a creepy uncle. And then I think my daughter got very upset with me. She was hardly like 7 years old or whatever. And she said, Dad, you better stop. And I felt a little guilty. Then first I stopped for a little while, then I stopped a little more, then I just stopped.
And but and then you became all fit and all?
No, so then my diet got much better now because I started watching my diet properly. And then thanks to this beautiful thing called pandemic. God, beautiful. Really nice. Where the police would shout at us for walking the dogs and all that. So I said, okay, how to escape this? So I 4 बजे उठ के 4 बजे सुबह, I found that is the time when they are too tired because they're doing bandobast all night.
Yeah.
Between about 4 and 5, they need a break. So I would go at 4:15.
For what? A jog?
No, I'd walk the dogs at 4:15. Then I managed to do some jugaad and get myself a gym, just weights and bench and a squat rack and a bar. And 50 grand it cost me. I have the tax papers to prove. And I put it up on the terrace. What else to do, yaar?
That's true.
So between that and walking the dogs, I became a practitioner of Patanjali products. 4 baje उठ के allow myself to put the products on, and then dogs workout at 5:15.
What is your workout? Cardio? No.
No, I don't do anything.
Just
you're saying bad words, huh? It's better. Yeah, don't say cardio. I hate that word.
Strength.
Indian men don't do cardio. You'll just get uglier.
Please, how to lose that belly?
They will never lose the belly because the blueprint jo hai, wo hai na. So hands will become skinny, legs will become skinny, they have no lats, they have no deltoids.
And just one.
And this will become little less. So you look even more pronounced. Oh. So they have to understand they have to lift weights and watch their diet. Cardio is of benefit only if you're really large and you're trying to, for bodybuilding is when you cut into competition.
So strength training only?
Only strength training. As we age, for sure.
And what, you did it yourself? You got a trainer?
No, I'm crazy. I love training. Have you seen our trainers?
Why?
They're majboori, yaar. They're in the business because they couldn't get another job. It's like me.
In Delhi, it's only the jarts, big guys.
Big to ek cheez hai, but are they interested in training? Also, a class issue hai. They can't shout at these upmarket people. So how are you going to talk to them? You see the Americans or something, the coach will tell you properly. If you're being lazy or whatever. Here, what they'll come behind Shifali madam. Shifali madam, lat pull down. Ready? Ha. 1, 2, 3, 4, ठीक है? 5, 6, ठीक है? बस 7.
And then take selfies.
And take a selfie and all that. So
make a reel.
It's all rubbish. Yeah. You should be allowed to kick the person around a little bit sometimes, depending on the personality.
So you've never had surgery done and stuff?
Surgery?
Yeah, this city is all about that. Everybody is like not aging.
These are real. Smita ji, tumhi se baat karo. I'm an old man.
Okay, that is more than what Karishma Kapoor and Raveena Tandon have done.
I don't know.
They can also flex like that in those songs.
Smita, you've done your research. I don't know anything of that. I'm not going to point fingers at anyone. But males don't, as far as I know, have
what I mean is that flexing that you did just now.
But if a male has silicone and all, it'll be a little odd, I think.
No, it's not odd. Lots of men are doing it in this city.
How will you...
They go to Dubai and do it.
Really? Have you seen these men with their clothes off? How do we know for sure?
Haven't you seen people who are still in their 70s look like they're in their 30s? They still, gravity hasn't touched them.
Achha, you're talking about just Aam Aadmi person that
no,
in your head?
No, not Aam Aadmi.
Any famous celebrity?
The Bollywood people. How
Close.
is it happening?
Madam ki close, please. Now.
How is it happening that they are in their 60s, late 60s, and gravity hasn't touched the men at all? It's only the
Who is
women,
this?
everybody. Acha, I'm not going
Oh, you're
to.
talking about the three Khans.
I'm not taking any
They're not
names.
in that great shape. They're okay for their age for sure, but it's not like they're like 20-year-olds.
How? Come on. They're 60 and 61, two of them.
Shah Rukh and Salman are very careful with the diet, as far as I know,
Huh.
which is the main thing as you age. But Shah Rukh is not rippled with muscle or something. He's just kept himself lean. Akshay is damn good. He's just lean. He's just,
Lean.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to be a bodybuilder or powerlifter.
Huh. But somehow gravity doesn't touch South Bombay people.
No Bollywood actor is going to come on this show because as they age, you're going to say, "Boss, shirt utar, nakli." That is shameful.
Okay, let me get to how you got into television or how you began doing Bakra and how you did after that the week that was. The week that was.
Week that wasn't.
Wasn't.
It's a discllaimer, na? कि ये गलत है, ये
Because
wrong है.
I did the week that was.
Huh.
And I
Which
did
is the
that
real one, which is like, this is the
hardcore
news.
news. Yeah, and this was for South African television.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was way before India.
What were you doing in South Africa?
No, I was in India, but India was contemplating opening relations with South Africa because we didn't have diplomatic relations.
So this is during apartheid?
Yeah.
Apartheid.
So I had a passport which said not valid for South Africa. My first passport said not valid for South Africa. And then, apartheid ended and India was going to open relations with them. So I began doing the week that was about a year before apartheid ended. And that was the week that was. And it was news from India. And, they didn't know anything at that time about India at all. Because information wasn't coming.
But Durban is filled with Indians.
No, India as in modern India. They thought Bollywood is India. They thought people just walk around singing songs and, breaking into...
Friday night hota hai.
They thought Bollywood is that. That is India.
I remember going back to 94, a lot of foreigners thought we actually have elephants walking and, sadhus on the road. And they had all snakes and...
Yeah, so when news started coming, it's like, really? Like, you guys are so advanced. And when the first time that they would come and they would like, how the hell do you cross the road in this place? And, everything was different. So, but that was the week that was. It was the longest running news show in South Africa. But yeah, yours was like amazing the week that wasn't.
Yeah. No, we had to figure out a name which is like a disclaimer from the beginning because we didn't have a disclaimer for many years and no legal... We never thought it through.
But did you patent the name or you don't have the patent?
They own it. CNN, now it's called TV18, they own the name.
Oh, you should have taken it now.
But we'll beg them for it if somebody puts us on. I'm sure they'll give it. What do they do with the name?
Because when you don't... they could, no?
But what will they do with it? They can't. It's all dated, no? It's very unlikely you can pull out an episode unless somebody...
No, they can still do... Like I used to do Ghumta Hai Na. But I made sure I took the patent at one point of time when I realized...
How did you take the patent?
You take the patent. You're running the show. You're producing it. Unless you were producing in their studios and you were using...
studios.
Okay.
But we did everything. We wrote it, we executed it, the post, everything is done by us.
Okay, you must
But we used their stuff and their people. So the cost to company was very low.
So the videos were theirs?
Yeah, because initially we never thought it through. Now, going back 2006,
I know.
उस point पे कौन सोचता कि ये firstly I never thought it would run more than 1 year, and then nobody was thinking in our time. I don't have Bakra. None of our shows which we basically designed ourselves, none of them.
So Bakra also is your designation.
It's MTV.
No, but you designed the whole thing.
So me and this guy called Vasan Valsan, basically we came up with the idea, but again not thinking that it's our idea. We just honestly we're both lazy, and we were shooting in Manisha Koirala at I think if I remember right in CMM in Worli, और वो time पे नहीं आई. So the boys are bored, they weren't allowed to smoke. So we had to take the cameras down in those days. We couldn't leave it unattended. So literally the camera guy will come down holding the cameras because she was running really late. So I went down to give them company, they smoke in the lane. And while smoking in the lane, we were just fooling around like we Mumbai boys do. Taxi is going. I don't smoke, so I was just bored. So taxi going and we'll say, hey, taxi! And he brakes and you go, boss, time kya hai? Those silly things. So somebody started shooting it. We did a lot of this. We just with taxis. So then we went back, we did the interview. And then the next day, my boss Natasha said, I don't know what you all did, but everybody in the edit is laughing at some masti you all did. What is this? See if you can develop this. So we actually were doing a show on taxis.
And then,
we didn't think of it as candid camera.
Have you seen that Smile You're on Candid Camera?
Yeah, that.
You've seen that.
Yeah.
But it was somewhat
It's
like
the
that,
same
but
thing.
made for Indian audience.
Correct. So initially, in India, we were the first to do it. We were the first reality TV show without knowing it again, before reality TV. Then, of course, we had 13 people who copied us in different languages.
Oh, okay.
Including all over the country.
And you didn't sue anybody.
No, forget that. If we owned the copy patent, we could actually earn money. All we were doing is killing time with taxi drivers. That's how we started. There's no long vision. Problem hai.
But you shot only in Bombay. That was a very Bombay.
We shot in Delhi. We died in Delhi, yaar. Delhi mein humne one of my favorite gags, two of my favorite gags that we've done in Delhi. One is on I think Faridabad on the highway, going out, where these guys would pee at one exact spot. So we set up the camera and social justification ki side se, we tried not to be funny. So we go and say, sir ji, is point pe aap ye kyun kar rahe hai? And how much venting they did, boss. You have no idea. Smita was so funny. They would be like, क्या करूँ? 22 साल से मैं यहीं से चला रहा हूँ. अभी क्या करूँ मैं? अभी करना है तो करना है ना. सरकार ने कुछ किया, कुछ नहीं किया. Toilet कहाँ है? And so the whole justification turned about how it became a social issue, but not enough toilets on the highway, which is true.
True, yeah.
So suddenly we were like, okay, we had great fun.
Maybe Mr. Modi saw it.
This is well before. But
the birth of the germination of Swachh Bharat
for me, the fun is one or two guys, and God, I love North India, one or two guys continue peeing while talking. और मेरे पास 1, 2, 3 कैमरा थे. 3. So, I mean...
Gross!
Obviously, we can't show you, but we're all looking at each other. So, there's a joke within the joke. We're looking at each other. So, Bunty is peeing and saying, यार सरकार कुछ नहीं करता हमारे लिए. बकवास है. And just taking off, but he's continuing peeing.
And he knows he's on camera.
Yeah, it's just not entered his mind कि, छोटा बंटी को भी दिखा सकते हैं हम लोग. But we didn't. Yeah.
You cut it out?
We see it in the rushes. Those lovely days, yaar. Of course, we can't put it on. Not even in today's age.
Blurring it and things like that. I guess you didn't even have that kind of technology.
No, we had the technology, but we wouldn't get into it. There's no chance. Remember the two big words of India, Sanskriti and Parampara. The words surface the moment we have a Ranveer controversy or these kind of things. So those words, everybody takes those two words and just throw it at your face.
You can do anything with those two words.
Those two words, the power of those two words. But what is it?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, what is our tradition? It's all over the place, yeah.
Yeah, and which part of India
exactly? Which age group?
Which group? Yeah. But what do you have to say to this whole thing that has come up with that when you talk about groups, that Gen Z is literally can't hire them because they have no staying power in their brain. They can't concentrate on anything.
But they're on their... Infosys will collapse. सर जी को 90 घंटा चाहिए कम से कम.
तो कहाँ कर रहे हैं वो लोग?
I don't know. You need young people in the force, na. You can't just rely on our age group.
That's what's happening. They're saying that you cannot hire young people because they have such short and...
Maybe to do with discipline from bachpan, because possibly if you grew up in 2000 onwards or whatever, the discipline issue is a little different from ours. Like you said, we read. The reading to
reading, yeah.
They scroll. 3 lines is enough. Yeah. You don't 600-page book. I don't think anyone will read it.
No, and they're putting it through all kinds of mechanisms where you get the gist. So you don't even need to bother to read some app or whatever and get the gist of it. In fact, even some of the podcasts that happen, they get these authors, and these authors have written bloody 800, 900-page books. You're getting them on your show and you haven't even taken the trouble to read. Not even read half of the book. Or read any other old book of his or hers, and you sit and you can have a 1.5-hour podcast with that guy.
That's me.
Seriously, you would do that? No.
So I've learned how to do fast reading because suddenly, achanak they are told that in 2 days so-and-so is coming.
I don't know then. I can't.
No, I know how to fast read. But you can't read it thoroughly in the way you would have read if you had enough time. The eyes are not the same. So with the glasses, I can't read as fast.
Also, I think even we have got affected by it.
Yeah.
You're
right.
We get distracted easily. We pick up our phone.
Like reels ek bimari hai bhai. If you just look at it, once you start it, you can't. It's like page 3. Everyone is saying page 3. I don't read page 3. It's all rubbish. Everybody reads page 3. And once you start, you can't stop.
Okay, I'm not addicted to that reel. I've consciously made that.
Good, because if you do, and the thing is, suddenly I'm 53 years old and I'm looking at dogs making funny sounds. I'm thinking, boss, kya ho gaya meri life ko?
I saw that,
and I'm enjoying it.
that your wife said that the biggest mistake she did was get you a smartphone during COVID, and all that happened with the family was watching you watching.
Smita, I got a phone at the age of 45, mobile phone.
Why? Again, quirky Parsi thing.
I had to get it because of kids. The dropping and picking carpool jo hai na in the schools. So when my turn was for carpooling, the mothers would shout at her, "We don't know when the child has come."
Oh God!
So Yeah, because the timing ऊपर नीचे तो है, so there's no way to tell. Otherwise, they would call and say, okay, whatever, Arvind is downstairs. They couldn't do it, so I had to.
No, but why didn't you get a phone?
I hated the mobile phone. I was one amongst the last to keep it.
You were still pager or what?
No, nothing. They would call on whoever I'm with, Kunal or my producers or friends. They would find me. Easy. We managed.
This is how rich people are.
No, we managed. See, we become lazy.
Like rich people don't have a wallet.
Okay.
Somebody will do it for me.
I don't have a wallet.
See what I mean?
I don't carry money.
No, I didn't know this.
I never carry money. I don't even carry a license.
So in India, if you were living in New York and you said, I don't carry money, I have my credit card.
So I carry credit cards when I'm abroad because I don't have any influence there. So कुछ हुआ तो क्या करेगा मैं?
तो यहाँ पे जॉनी साथ में चलेगा.
जॉनी की बात नहीं है, but at least you know people and all that, so you're not so worried. So I don't carry a wallet. Wallet फायदा क्या है wallet?
तो फिर you don't want a smartphone, so it's not as if you have Paytm or Rupee or
Paytm,
whatever.
I don't have Rupee. I don't have what is that G? Whatever.
Google Pay. Nothing you do.
Nothing.
So you don't buy things or what?
I don't buy anything except supplements and the cheapest.
And kapda?
Juta? Free. The pants came from Mr. Vijayakar. The dirty sandals I'm wearing came from a play. The shirt is free.
Okay.
This came from a lady who I did an event for. Who said, why didn't you get this pair of glasses which you could keep on the neck and give me?
ये सारा paid news मामला है.
और ये गलत भी है number.
This is so Shashi Tharoor.
Thank you. That's me.
Yeah, your vocabulary also.
No.
What about the accent?
Shashi's Hindi is not bad, huh?
Not at all bad.
It was very, yeah. Both the hair, yeah. Shashi in an emergency will be funny, na? He'll be like, fire, sabke bacha. Run away. He'll be like, not the right
That's
guy.
true. I was sitting next to him on a flight once and he ordered his meal. I ordered my meal and he said, could I have Earl Grey tea, no milk?
Yeah.
I was like, till then I was keeping my cool and then I burst out. I said, normal people ask for tea.
Yeah.
Normal people say Assam tea or Darjeeling tea or masala chai.
Or even better, if you're really Indian, you point. You don't have the confidence, naam mat lo, just point. Yeah.
You had to do Earl Grey tea with I'll be most obliged. It's like, do you even realize? He says, no, please don't say this. I've even campaigned in Punjab and all. I said, who listens to you in Punjab?
No, he changes his avatar a little bit. But they love him. I have done some events with him, and everybody, he's a star, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Congress missed a beat on that one, honestly. If we had to remodel the Congress, there are 2-3 of them they could have pushed up in front and given themselves a better shout.
See how many of them, where is Sachin Pilot? How long he's been waiting?
Millen was doing fine till suddenly,
Yeah.
Mr. Scindia, Junior?
Scindia, yeah. There was Jitin Prasada. There was a whole bunch of these youngsters. And the generation before that, there was Madhav Rao Scindia and there were, even when Rajiv Gandhi's
Rajesh
time...
Pilot would have been great for them if he survived, I felt.
Yeah, that crash that he had. There was so many. There was this Arun Singh, Arun Nehru, all these guys.
कहने का मतलब क्या है?
That I'm not the 80s. You're aging me. Okay, you were mentioning Kunal. Talk to me about your relationship with him. When did you first meet him?
Don't use the word relationship, because that's more with the ladies.
Although
Kunal का जो situation है आजकल is a little fluid. If you
अभी
ask
पता
me.
नहीं है.
I think us men, we become more... I was telling my wife the other day, we share the razor now. I mean, she doesn't like it. But
oh, geez, that too much information.
एक second. बात करने दो. So what happens is...
Oh, look, I'm interrupting Cyrus for once.
Otherwise it'll sound wrong. She's a marathoner and she's in fact going to Goa for this triathlon. Does all these things. So they have to shave their legs and all the time. So मैं तो हरी में हूँ तो I don't look left or right, take the razor and don't do that please, get your own razors for hygiene. But so we started, so I'm just thinking कि after some time there is a great fluidity in the genders. Once you cross 50 and all, I mean what difference does it really make?
I did an interview in which she said that this is a city where one famous actor had said we share toothbrush after marriage.
मैं ट्राई किया
gross.
But अब तो परिवर्तन हो गया marriage में, because in the first 5 years there was no problem and now suddenly there's everything divided. Now we are like two separate countries. Secession has happened. Secessionism has happened.
Should have separate wash basins also.
Separate toilets will keep a marriage going.
Yeah, marriage going.
Honestly.
Agreed.
So ultimately, it's not easy.
Because even
standards are very different.
Gauri said about Shah Rukh that he spends like half his waking hours in his loo.
Yeah.
I know, I think whether it was Kishore Kumar or one of these great musicians had their brain waves while, composing.
Many people are writing and all that on the
loop.
commode and all that.
Why?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. But also when you say Shah Rukh Khan ki toilet is like my 4-bedroom house in Malabar Hill. Okay, so please understand.
It's not Arvind Kejriwal ka gold toilet.
Arvind Kejriwal ki toilet also, I have not actually seen it.
He lost an entire election because of his commode.
Maharashtra election also nobody saw it coming, huh?
Nobody saw it.
At least not a massacre like this.
No, I didn't.
One-sided innings defeat.
No, I didn't at all. And I don't think anybody knew, frankly.
Nobody knew.
Yeah, even these guys didn't know. BJP also didn't know that
They were surprised. Kya? Mil gaya vote?
And I think there was one person though who said that I don't remember. They were saying that there was this only one person in BJP Maharashtra who said that don't be surprised if we get this number. That's all he said. He didn't say कि हमको मिलेगा.
But Beti Ladla scheme, everybody's trying to give one reason. There's no one reason for
Again,
elections.
बेटी लाडला कैसे हो सकता है?
Beti,
लाडकी बेटी.
Ladki Beti, whatever it is.
बेटा and लाडला,
But you
बेटी
think,
लाडली.
But by the way, that's not a Maharashtra scheme. It came from Karnataka or something.
No, it came from Shivraj Chauhan's Madhya Pradesh.
Okay, fair enough. From MP.
Yeah.
So those were borrowed scheme. But I'm saying one thing can't decide
Doesn't
the election.
matter, no. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So the point is now this freebie culture is part of it. You also freebie culture only, no?
But I don't mind that, yaar. End of the day, what's in it for me is the citizen's point, yaar.
And what did Jayalalitha and the people before that, they did no pressure cooker.
1 rupee
that.
rice back in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh then.
Freebies is something this country has lived with.
I want my freebie.
And plus, with the kind of poverty that we have in our country, it's easy to say, oh, teach a man how to fish and not. It's all
How can you
sounds
be a
great.
Jain vegetarian? What will I do with the fish? Put it back inside.
But too much of carbs is going. That's another problem.
Again, Indian diet is too heavy on carbs.
You can't, when you go to a restaurant, you just notice everybody's doing
Double
that.
complex carbs. Rice, roti bhi hai, rice bhi hai. You know, your
And starch, potato.
Yeah, so it's all, you should have one at best.
I like this whole concept of, in America, they have, in some restaurants, choose your starch, choose your protein.
they do?
Make it absolutely clear that it's starch. Don't think that it's a fries. No, it's starch that you're
They've
having.
gone to another level, no?
Choose your fat, choose
But
your...
you're stressing while eating all the time, yaar, with this kind of, because piche kya likha hai? You're checking from calorie count to what it is.
And still there's cheating. They'll tell you fructose and, sucrose and fructose like that.
Sugar. Yeah.
It's
People
plain.
don't understand. Sugar nahi likha hai, so you think you're
Maple
fine.
syrup. What is it?
Love maple syrup.
I know. Cannot live with that. Tell me now, how did this friendship happen with Kunal?
So Kunal, I met in 1991.
College?
No. He's 7.5 years senior to me. Now, unfortunately, people keep asking this question. He's from Zeze. Raj Thackeray was his classmate. And now he's revived the friendship so he can get some ratings because Raj Thackeray gets some views.
Has he come on your show, Raj Thackeray?
Not on my show, but on Kunal's show.
Kunal's show, okay.
My show, no politicians have come except Manishankar Iyer, who released a book. He was lovely.
Okay. Yeah. I'll put in a word with some of them.
And he's reached a
and
point...
you have to put in a word with, let me think, who?
No, who do you want? I don't know anyone.
What? Your shows are so...
I know Mr. Hiranandani who lives in my lane. You want him, I can talk to him.
No, acha, let's get back to Kunal. Sorry, shouldn't interrupt.
So she came for we are doing a children's play called Ali Baba and Bablu the Bear. Don't ask. But it's a pantomime, silly children's play, fun play. And he came to audition. And he and Rahul Bose, in my opinion, I've said this many times, are the two worst readers. Rahul does it purposely, if it's a fresh script, so he'll read it in a very dull way, because he doesn't know much about it, so he just keeps it dull. But Kunal is just a bad reader, and he coughs. So what's going on is the dialogue is for children, so it's like, Ali Baba, dekho piche kaun hai? Arey, bhago, bhago. And so everyone's shouting and screaming and talking, bhago, bhago. And then Kunal's turn. अच्छा, आप लोग देखो पीछे कौन है? And we all came down, like, killed the whole show. The scene was like, but he stood out.
Vibe is gone.
Vibe is gone. But his face was so funny that the kids were laughing. And just a natural face.
Because he's
got
modifies, I don't know what he does, but he takes on that avatar.
Smita, the reason people think it was genius of us to cast him as female politicians in India, but we didn't have budget for women at that time when we started in the beginning. So we took a chance and put him in as one famous chief minister whose name I won't mention. And everybody just said, wow.
Yeah.
Not in a way where it's like lampooning, but it's like almost there.
There are some people
look
who...
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying honestly, he was 80% there in the look. not like a man playing a woman. He was actually looking like the character. So we just took a chance and it seemed to work, and then he started playing the female politicians.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a limited range because
But
some are
also
very.
language. He's able to get the accent. I don't know how.
So accent only has to work on, but we have limited lines, so you can carry it off hopefully. And he used to work hard in the beginning, just like a government job. 5-6 saal, बहुत बढ़िया. Next 5-6 years, not suddenly the Maharashtra. Oh my, what are you saying? Ask Gopal Dutt if you ever get him on, because we would sit.
He's got Marathi accent, huh?
No, Marathi he lost also. His biggest accent at the end was Bengali accent. And this hybrid Malayali Tamil accent, which used to upset South Indians because it would all go into one another. It wasn't clearly one or the other. You know, I mean, yeah.
That Lola Kuti.
Yeah.
Oh
Because
God.
she's very authentic.
She's
because,
so good with her Mallu accent. I mean, there are some people
She's created a character and lived with it for 30 years.
with that chashma and everything.
She's an attractive woman who then goes into this avatar.
Yeah. But you didn't do any accents as such, right? Did you?
I didn't. I was the face of it, so I would play the straight. I would act, but where he's weak is North Indian accents. So occasionally I would do those.
And how do you pick up the North Indian accent? Just mimicry.
I can pick up the sound, so I just pick up the sound, learn the lines, and we go for it. That's it.
Yeah, you did that in theatre too.
Yeah. So everybody knows what they're better at, and so it's your comfort zone. As a good actor, you should go out of your comfort zone. We stay in the comfort zone.
So you decided very early in life to team up with him. Nikhil Chinnappa and all.
No, that's MTV. This is TWTW. So in TWTW, Rajdeep had come to us to me in 2006, and being Rajdeep called me to CCI, and being Rajdeep found out I was a member and decided I'll pay for the tea, which I found firstly wrong. But if you know Rajdeep, this happens a lot. And
Kanjus you are.
मैं? I think he and me were in the finals of the Kanjus Wimbledon. Okay? And I lost in the fourth set. Return of serve. But so he came up with this. Jon Stewart was already on, and he said, I want to do something. I want to have a little edgy show. Because ye jo politics, Indian politics. And Indian politics was great. And still is great. Honestly, I mean, it's so easy to write in a sense. Sometimes you don't have to spin it, no?
Yeah.
Jo hai, wo hai. You just literally show it. It's literally like that. Like during the pandemic, I mean, it was so much fun.
It was to try something like Jon Stewart.
Yeah. So we said great. And then we are free from MTV where,
Jon Stewart was eight years ago?
No, Jon Stewart was before us. And he retired about 4-5 years ago, and now he's come back. Yeah.
No, but... yeah.
And by the way, he's also 17 years on the air and then retired.
Yeah, that's true.
But he left on his own accord. We wanted to continue.
Sorry, I was confusing with John Oliver.
No, he came later.
Yeah, because that was the week that...
foreign countries में सब लोग का नाम Johnny है. That's the problem. We are
नहीं,
not
Jimmy भी है. Jimmy Kimmel है.
Jimmy. ये भी Jimmy. You're right. Well done, Smita. Dो Jimmy.
Jimmy
Can you imagine? Whole world.
You don't confuse everybody. That's true. Jon Stewart has come back, but he's doing only one day in a week.
Something like that.
That's all he's doing. And they haven't found a replacement for Trevor Noah as yet.
No, they haven't. And
they're taking it by cycles. They're doing ek, do karke.
Jon Stewart was that, if you look at him, he's not like a crazy, absurd comedian alone. It's like that mix of a journalist comedian,
You got your politics from him, you got your commentary from him.
You got to be somewhere on the straight, and then it spins into funny,
Why in India we can't do this as yet?
Fear also is there. A lot of people have not tried it. I think Mr. Farooqi is trying some show similar to ours right now.
Hindi mein?
But see, Hindi we tried for about 2 years, where Gopal was the lead because his Hindi is better, but it was trouble for us. Because I think English mein hai, to people look the other way, because a lot of politicians don't care too much. Although we got good feedback from them. When we tried it in Hindi, then it started becoming a little dangerous. So we pulled the show out after some time. Because, you can't hold back so much also.
And you'll have to have one legal team all the time. And you have to have one liaison.
Legal team all the time. And then, because the psycho fans India mein bahut hai.
Yeah.
It's not even coming from any, they probably don't know also sometimes.
Yeah.
But you're getting letters and all that.
Yeah, and anger. So much of anger. I can't understand.
Look at Twitter, whatever you call it, X.
X now.
I think people are so sexually frustrated, firstly. They just go on abusing all the time for no reason.
Yeah, and I
They'll
guess...
abuse this show as we speak. Check karo.
You're not on X?
No. I like XXX. Just kidding. Apna Sanskrit और परंपरा में नहीं है.
But you're not on Instagram. You have.
I'm on Insta. My manager has forced me to do all that, so I do that. But strangely, the biggest numbers we get is Aisha and me, because Aisha is always irritated. So people seem to like that.
So just her expression when you crack the jokes, and she doesn't find it funny at all.
Illa. It's like I'm overacting all the time, and she's just not interested, which is our real relationship also. It's amazing, really.
Well, but did she know what she's signing up for? You were dating for some time before
She was a pretty girl, and whatever. I can't remember honestly, but no, I don't think she ever laughed at anything.
And that
I didn't notice it.
You must have found that refreshing. Come on.
No, again, to use a Rajdeep analogy, I don't listen much. So, sorry. Okay, Arnab. I don't listen much.
You know Arnab also, right? No.
I know Arnab.
You. Not from the show. I mean,
No.
You know him as a
there
person.
There are two Arnabs. No? As people
Yeah,
don't know
of
there are two
course.
Arnabs.
Correct.
So, like, we traveled on a plane the other day, not the other day, but a couple of years must have passed now. And the most sweet conversation you can have with the nicest guy who speaks very nicely.
Yeah.
And then you cut to the studio and he's screaming about, water pressure in Bakra being caused by Chinese dissidents or something. It's just, it's hilarious, yeah.
Yeah, but there are two personas. That's
They're really
true.
and when I've worked with him, called for Parsi stuff, and once or twice on Times Now, when he was on Times Now, they start shouting and screaming, and when it cuts, he's really nice immediately, which is even funnier. Because it's, I remember Shoaib Akhtar doing this. If I can abuse, I can tell you. We shot the fast bowler. So shot with Taj Spots long ago in Dubai. Great guy. He's also Leo, so we talk a lot. We're having a great time. And he's doing this Scottish Punjabi accent because he, at the age of 16, went to Edinburgh. So he picked up English there with a Punjabi Scottish mix. So his language now only he understood. It was like, oh, Cyrus, how do you pass to play cricket? So, okay, so he's talking like that and his phone rings. I'll tell you, it's a very difficult pass to play cricket. Oh, and then back again. It's just switched.
So have you seen that show, India versus Pakistan, on Netflix?
No.
So Shoaib Akhtar is a very big part of that show. So he does this, he talks like that, and he talks about how, the various India-Pakistan matches where, he's going there, Rawalpindi Express, and he's, I think, a ligament tear or a bone injury or something like that. He bowls in spite of that, and then the whole anger when everybody said that the match was fake because he didn't play one match, the final I think or something, he didn't play, and then there were headlines in all Pakistani papers saying that this was fixed, he faked the injury. So look, for the test reports to come of your injury, it takes a day or two, but the newspaper shuts, right? The headline is gone already. So those 2 days were sheer agony for him, and he talks in this manner in which he speaks in English and then he says, "Bada hi bura laga," in that very...
That switch, I love that switch. And he said something to me, again, I've said it 200 times. He said, Pakistan kabhi gaya? This was better times between India, Pakistan, early 2000s somewhere, mid 2000s. I said, nahi, to aa jao, Lahore aa jao. So I said, Shoaib, I have no money yaar. Paisa kyun? Chadi pen ke aana. Baki is on me. Exact line. Really, I enjoyed him a lot. I think he's actually quite a charismatic person.
But many of them, I mean, Wasim Akram...
I've worked with Wasim a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that switch. He's one accent.
No, he doesn't have that switch.
Yeah.
He's a rich
Imran
Punjabi
Khan,
boy. He's just like a Delhi guy,
Imran is very anglicized too. Yeah. He can speak Urdu, yes, but there's no Punjabi in it because he's from Peshawar and all that. So he doesn't
But
have
he
that.
tries to remain non-English. So when he talks, he has this drone. Pakistan, Sunny, is a team which has a lot of good bowlers coming up. And I would just like to add here that if we had a combined team, I don't see more than 3 Indians getting into my 11. So he would do it purposely where he could easily become more anglicized, but he would try to dumb it down. That's what I felt.
Do you recall or do you remember people in this city talking about how he used to come here and he was quite the ladies' killer and not that...
My wife... My mother, they're all crazy
Mom,
about him growing up, yeah.
Not your wife. Why would you?
No, of course. He
Why
played till
then?
1992. They won the World Cup in 92. He was a heartthrob, yeah.
He was a heartthrob.
He was a heartthrob across countries.
But here, he used to come for these parties. I'm sure in this hotel only, he must have been this...
Big on the social circuit.
Pamela, what's it? Parmeshwar
Yeah,
Godrej.
all that, yeah.
And all that, Zeenat Aman. And there was this...
he was very much part of the Bollywood culture at that
There
time.
used to be all the film magazines with him, with all these actresses. Here
if you ever met him in person, he's got a lot
I
of
met
personality.
him.
Yeah.
I met him.
Sadly now ridiculous.
But I met him once when I was interviewing Kapil Dev and he was around.
Yeah.
So just introduced. And once I met him in Islamabad. I'd gone to Banigala to do an interview. But then by then he was talking like this, like a politician. Yeah. But before that, when I was doing this...
I wish he hadn't got into politics, honestly. Yeah. One of the greats of all time, and now they're languishing in some jail. And the thing is, nobody talks about it.
But he survived that jail term. Nobody thought he would.
Ab tak.
Huh. He's... But everywhere it's this pretty boy that he will not survive a jail term. But the guy
Boy,
has
what is the
managed.
toughest cricketer that lived at that point? He was a very tough guy.
Yeah, but accustomed to luxuries
True.
is what I meant.
True, yeah.
To survive in a jail.
And going from being the demigod,
Yeah.
Pakistan's greatest son, bar none, and then suddenly being put in a jail and being treated with disrespect and contempt and all, amazing.
He didn't run away from the country.
No, he
he
didn't.
could have, like the others.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I feel, that once he gets out,
He's still popular.
he is like, there's no question of anybody matching up to his level.
I feel a little
think.
bad that the cricketers around the world have not tried to speak up for him. I guess the moment he went into politics, it's just on human rights.
Cool talk, bro.
Just-
Can you imagine any Indian cricketer?
Not
if
Indian
he's-
cricketers are a little worried because of our relations. But what about some English? And they've all grown up with him and know him and all.
Yeah,
Australian,
that's
West
true.
Indians, they can all talk.
That's a point, yes. Nobody wants to stick their neck out.
No.
I've noticed this because I've done so many interviews here in Bombay film industry people. They just don't want to speak on any issue, which, because they say whatever we say, they say this off camera, whatever we say, we're going
Misunderstood.
Yeah, and then it impacts
Out of
on
context.
it impacts on their programs. They don't get
Because of
movies.
internet, na, immediately people are reacting and all.
Yeah.
The Zamana is very strange now. You can't do anything. You have to be very careful.
But does it happen with with you guys?
No, but forget us. We are nobodies. I'm saying when you're really top of the line, then you have a responsibility to talk because people are listening.
No, but even when you're doing theatre, when you're doing TV, when you're doing OTT platform shows for these guys and all, they also don't like it because it's all PR driven now.
Yeah.
The whole thing, everybody has a PR agent. Do you have a PR agency?
No, I have a guy called Banerjee Kaustav who's gone to Uttarakhand without telling me and left me. I had no idea about today's shoot. And I've been calling from the night and he's not picked up the phone. So pick up the phone. By the time this airs, he'll be back.
He'll be back.
But I come from the 80s, so what do I know about the technology?
He must have sent you a text which you never saw.
No, he sent the text, but I go to sleep by 9. Don't under 9, 8:42 I shut the lights.
Okay, tell me about that show. Do you remember the one with Friends, the India?
This has been.
What?
I feel ki boss, I want to end my life. I don't know. This is horrible. From Bigg Boss, it's just worse and worse. Kunal as a woman.
What happened?
My wife and razors. Okay, so hello. Okay, so first remember Friends, or as we say in Punjabi, Friends. Friends was big already on in the 90s. So we shot this in 99. It was a 3-4 seasons ka ho gaya, if I remember correctly. And all the others knew about Friends. I'm the only unhip person who had not seen this video cassette ki zamana. For those who don't understand, we will show up a video
VHS.
cassette. That day I was shooting something and this kid on the set, he saw the dial phone. What do you call them? Our phones, landlines. And it was like a khilona. He was playing with it. And I said, boss, kabhi dekha nahi. And then we figured out that in an emergency, now you press one button, say hospital or whatever. Here you'll be going 8, 7, 9, 4. Oh shit, line name. Like 8, 7. Can you imagine?
And if there some of them were grimy, so
Yeah.
you used a pencil to do it.
Yeah, because you get hurt also. Yeah. And women with nails and all.
You can't do that, right? So I had that Nataraj pencil, which was always in my bag, and
See
that's like,
how we suffered as a population. We have never mentioned this.
yeah, the rich ones had Camlin, and we had the.
You had Nataraj, is it?
I had Nataraj.
Desi
See,
product. Camlin, I think, is foreign.
Yeah, I know.
Indian owned, but Camlin name sounds fun.
But it's like Nataraj, you could get 6 for the price of 2 of Camlin or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, Nataraj was
Even
always
in
cheap.
pencils, we had like a class hierarchy.
Of course. Did you go to school with that geometry box?
I thought, did you go to school is the question. I got worried.
The geometry box, right?
A divider or...
Which you never used.
Never used.
Never used the set
I
square
used it
protractor.
once. We were playing darts with it and it hit my friend Johan Mullafaroz in the nipple, to be honest. That was a difficult thing to explain.
And simply Haryanvis get blamed for being violent. Parsi boys are violent too.
No, not violent. I think it's more stupid because...
Throwing a divider at somebody or a compass is not.
But he walked past. We were hitting the bulletin board. He walked past. And of course, I missed everything till that point.
You would, if it was 2000s, you would be
Imagine
cancelled.
explaining to the principal. How to explain this when they're sitting in the thing and,
Get back to Friends.
France. So they're all seen it except me. And then Ajit Pal, I think, the director, he came and he was a very nice guy. He came and narrated everything and also, I want to create this Friends culture, which you MTV guys, basically, so 3-4 of us were MTV were cast and, because it's like a very hip culture, very American, etc. To cut it, firstly, girls and, they're living together, almost living together in rooms, unmarried, so all that. But the thing is, you just can't translate the language and expect the thing to, you have to localize it a little bit more. And I think we lost a lot in the translation because it was ridiculous. English American is very cocky and cheeky and all. It doesn't translate well into Hindi. You have to do much, you have to figure out what the right language is.
Where Jennifer Aniston and
all that. Yeah, I'm not even getting to that because that's like racism, which is fair. But from the beginning, I knew we were in trouble because the first episode is with David Schwimmer's character. Are you familiar with Friends?
Yeah.
The guy's called Ross, right?
Ross and Rachel.
Ross is breaking up with the wife because the wife has found another woman.
Yeah.
So, premise kya hai? She's leaving for another woman. Now, in 1999, that was funny. Today, woke culture is whatever, it's different. Yeah. It was funny because he said, no, the two words, Sanskriti and Parampara, we can't have this in our culture. So, he breaks up for another man. So I'm telling you, but that's not, where's the human?
It's not funny, huh?
And then Nikhil Chinnapa's head down, double Chinnappa is doing walking all up and down.
Double Chinnappa!
Smita, we're all feeling bad. While shooting it, I'm saying, boss,
Papa!
If you see that first episode, you could see that first episode again. The moment they all find out that she's left him for another woman, their reaction is half the episode. Because one by one, they all find out. And they're, what? It's like, that's the fun of the episode. What? She's suddenly turned gender. Sexuality changed like that.
Yeah.
Here now, he's left for another man. It's another pretty sad story. Everybody's feeling bad for him.
That's not like a Mahesh Bhatt film.
Exactly.
Mahesh Bhatt film.
Absolutely. This is a Mahesh Bhatt film only. With really bad actors this time.
It did. That's true. When you adapt
you can't. And then, of course, 20 years later, this smart aleck generation is attacking all of us. And, because they've seen every episode of that and they're comparing it.
But how come they could copy songs, but copying these sitcoms didn't really work in India?
I don't know how badly it worked then. I pulled out of one season, but I think they ran two. So, the audience that watched must have been okay with it. Because so many things we've copied in films and all that, and nobody really compares them. Now you can compare them, put them together.
Technically you can, I think. But these kind of situational comedies, it won't work. But those, like an Avatar or a Star Wars, those kind you ET, you can, I guess, adapt it to India.
But then you have the technology, that's all post-production based.
That's what. I mean, technically you can, I guess, do some of it. But these things don't. So,
anyway, we are coming back with a Hello Friends audio version only. Let's see if it works. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like, why? वो नहीं चला, ये क्या चलेगा? But I love the
unbelievable
Chinnappa.
Unbelievable. No motivation left इसके बाद. I'm going back to LLB.
अच्छा, no, let's talk about उससे भी पहले चलते हैं. Talk about. I really want to know about Pearl Padamsee. She directed you, right? What was she like? Yeah.
So there was an ad in the paper.
I just adored her. She was so cute.
What a personality. There was an ad in the paper. I was a young boy and restless kid, and my father said, go and we want to try your hand at acting. And I just act as everyone tells you, school plays and all. So he said, I was only 14. So those days there were ads, and we used to follow the ads, looking for an English play for a 14-year-old. So I went to Ivorine building in South Mumbai near Oval Maidan. My dad was down in the car, waiting with a cigarette and my dog. I went up, rang the bell, first floor. The door opened, Smita, and it was like magic. There was nobody there. I went in, and the door opened on its own, and then I banged into her because she's really short, And I did everybody in the room who had come for the audition was 17, 18, looking big, big guys. I was the only 14-year-old looking 12 with fat cheeks. And I just looked around and said, either I'm in the wrong place or they're in the wrong place because none of us, I look so different from them. But the play Brighton Beach Memoirs is Neil Simon's memoir as a adolescent teenager, So you need to look like an innocent sort of, young teenage boy. And they didn't. So by default, I got it. But I do remember what she told Hosi Vasunia. I don't know about his acting, but he can talk. I still remember.
You're calling.
I think that's right.
She picked that, really.
But she was great. What a personality.
She was,
Yeah, oof.
Yeah. Tell me, why haven't you done anything like chronicling the Parsis of Bombay?
Oh, that's a good question. Chronicling, I think other people have done. Sunit Arapolva has done a very exhaustive photo book. You have to have the bandwidth to do all this, yaar. I'm too petty. I spend the whole day thinking, why haven't I punched that guy? While walking on the road, I have to get rid of all these thoughts.
But are you really with the community in the way of
it's a small community. It's a tight community in that sense. I don't think anybody's outside the community unless you want to take panga with the various, panchayat, etc., etc. So we are low profile in that sense, but there's no question of being against. So I don't think it's that. How many are left?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
We do roll call every day. Faridun gayu? Oops. one love. It's like that.
But there are no plans to like expand it in the sense
So you
of.
can only expand it if you leave the racial theory behind. Because you've reached a point where the maths is damn tough. Then they say there's a point where you can't change the maths with animals also. Like with there are only 3,000 odd tigers, can you really go from there? It's, I mean, you're doing what you can, but it's tokenism. So same thing with the Parsis. Unless you allow the interfaith, firstly, you're losing half because the female loses immediately. So, but that's also not going to be enough. You're going to have to allow some sort of, if not conversions, or they have to figure this out.
Conversion's not allowed even now. No
Can
talk
you imagine,
of.
across the world, people are worried being converted. This one great religion is saying, don't come. Only one religion.
But isn't there any kind of discourse, any
No, there
talk?
is the liberals, like in any part of India, there's liberals and there's conservatives.
No voice for the liberals.
They have a strong voice also, but at the moment it's a community which is where it is. And see, these laws all came in India. It's not like these laws are in the holy books or scriptures or anything. Because at some point...
So it's an interpretation.
Obviously, it's an interpretation. After coming to India, after meeting the Rana, etc., now you'll have to ask someone who's a better scholar than me. But the Rana who allowed the Parsis in and supposedly said, like, don't marry our women and, don't, whatever, keep to yourself, but, welcomed, but segregated and all that. And then furthermore, the segregation continued for the racial purity. So you remained as a tribe, or Gotra if you like, or whatever, and you stay in that. And then now you can't because the numbers are too less.
So what happens, your mother is a Catholic, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to practice Catholicism, would the Parsi faith say, no, you cannot go to the church?
You can practice, that's not a problem. I mean,
but you don't get...
Like all Indians, many Indians, they do have a little bit of other faith in them.
Yeah.
And, I have so many friends who, if they pass a mandir or a masjid or whatever, they immediately do a little whatever. And who go for the navenas and the big prayers of the other communities, Ganpati, etc., etc. So I know it's very liberal in that sense. It's not like you can only go, it's not that. The thing is about this, who's allowed in the temple, fire temple. So the moment you marry out, if you're a female, and your father dies or mother dies, you can't go into the last rites. So that judgment is pending in the Supreme Court, I think. But the young girl in Gujarat who filed for that.
But I know that there were many people like General Setna and all that who were talking about it, that women should be allowed and into the faith.
Yeah, well, if you look at it from a common sense point of view and also probably a humanitarian point of view, 100%. But the other side of it is like, how do we save the Parsi gene? It's slightly racist theory, but the idea is that if that happens, there will be no Parsis per se at some point. It will be like any other tribe in the world will be now intermingled with whoever there is. So you got to make that. So don't make me the leader of this movement. Okay, I'm the leader of the movement to keep animals in India.
Animals.
And throw out some humans. So I'm the wrong guy for this. But
throughout, we're 1.4 billion.
We'll call Baman Irani to talk, or Gary Lawyer, or Zubin Mehta is in town, I think, next week or something.
So before we wind up, quick round. TV, theatre, films, what do you like as a
You'll
medium?
hear this cliche from everyone. The theatre is the best because ultimately you can make a lot of mistakes and you get a lot of time to perform, etc., and come into your own. So you hit that rhythm, which you like, and everything else. TV is the worst for me of the lot because TV basically is just too many rules. You have to censor yourself all the time. I love the podcast medium. The way we are talking now is as close to real. We're just like you'd be in my house, and I'm in your house, and we're chatting, and me being an idiot, we've gone all over the place, even though you got your
No,
agenda.
me too.
But that's a real organic conversation.
Yeah.
I'm telling my guys also, let it be.
Yeah.
Let's have a real conversation now. Because otherwise, a TV interview ho jayega na. Oh, Broacha, you grew up here. What's your father's name? What's your dog's name? What's the point of that after some time?
Yeah, but
structure kills it after some time.
Yeah, but
you must have it
because you've done so much of TV. That's why you don't want to do the structure, but there is a comfort in structure.
If I'm an author, Smita, if I'm someone who's coming with a certain agenda, then you must know my agenda. You must know about my book and all that. If I'm coming and just talking generally about a guy who's on the, the shadows of entertainment, who's an out-of-work actor, singer, dancer, basically, you can talk about anything. It doesn't really matter.
It does not. I've seen your interview with Javed Akhtar. That was like something.
These are all my favorite people. I love that guy.
I know.
He's so funny.
He was unintentionally funny. No,
he's intentionally and unintentionally. I've spent time at
he just like looked at you and said, "Hey, kya? Like, what are you?"
I think he likes me quite a bit. I'm okay.
It was lovely.
I'm telling you, I have in my head people who you could have hung out with. Whatever their age, if we were born in the same, area, school, whatever.
Yeah.
He's in my list like that. He and I would have had so much fun in class, because he's a rascal. And he's a rascal with a great mind. You mix that together, it's the perfect male companion.
I saw there was a speech that he gave. He was asked to come up in Jaipur Lit Fest.
Yeah.
He was a chief or guest of honor or whatever. So he was asked to come up. He actually gave a 3-minute introduction, and he spoke of some poetry and all that he recited, and it finally boiled down to the fact that he had not read the book, so he's ignorant. So he says, so my lines were about ignorance and how you can be erudite even if you're ignorant. So he was like,
talk about satire. He's got it. I mean, he's like a modern day Premchand. You know, I love his company. And like I said, at airports, you know, we're waiting for flights. If you get him, we had such a lovely moment where one guy came and said, "Sir ji, मैं आपको देखा था TV program पे कल, क्या बढ़िया बात है, क्या sir, आपकी जो बात है वो 1 in a million है sir," and you know that kind of तारीफ. Very embarrassing. So thank you, and all that. He took off. Then I asked him, "Sir, कौन सा program? पता नहीं, मैं नहीं था." This is great fun.
Which one are you talking about?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But he didn't interrupt the guy. He let him talk rubbish. Who mistook him for somebody else. But theek hai, whatever.
Yeah. So, but why TV? Why don't you like TV? Like,
so TV, like even when we were doing Week That Wasn't, and you know we have to censor ourselves all the time. I think it kills the art form after some time. I think it's good.
But all
it
your
teaches you how to
fame
write.
came in TV, no?
No. So see, MTV is rubbish. With all due respect.
What you talking about?
Rubbish in the sense that what is MTV? That's why I felt really bad. Some of my colleagues would take it seriously. I would really have a heart attack. Where the producer will come with a script to discuss, you know, some Baba Segal's latest song or whatever. You know, I mean, like, with due respect, let's go talk to him and all that. But it's not, you know, you got to just get. But it was fun. It was great fun. But you can't take it seriously for the time. Week That Wasn't is fun to write. And then to write within the lines. So you think of all the great sex alternates in and all that. You're trying to write under pressure. You know, how do you make your point, whatever, you know. And
so you've done MTV and you've done that News 18 thing. Yeah. And there was Home TV or something also in between.
That's Mini Mathur. I, in fact, met her for the first time because we shared the same TV18 team from Delhi. So I was shooting a show called MTV and they were shooting with her for Home TV for the show that she did. So I actually went and saw her shoot because I had to wait for the crew. So, and she was lovely. I told her on the podcast we did.
She's
also.
Gorgeous.
Not only gorgeous, she's actually one of the pioneers, and people have not given her the right respect for that. She's one of the pioneers of this whole medium, even slightly before me. We are born in the same month. That's another story. Yeah, she was fabulous doing that, show with people.
Who else did you have a crush on?
I didn't have a crush, but Roshan Abbas. All these guys were the first.
Roshan's boy.
Hanji.
Why did you have a crush on
Roshan? But in Parsis, it can be a female name also. Roshan.
So, but who's the crush?
So I liked, I would say Minnie for sure. The other girls, what happens is like Malaika and all that, after some time working every day, you go beyond chemistry. You just because, and Malaika's got a foul mouth. So she became like one of the guys, to hang out with. Yeah, Malaika's great.
She's another person who defies age.
Oh, she's unbelievable.
Nothing.
Unbelievable. Yeah. She's done nothing. She's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we just shot something together for Tyra, and it's amazing.
Makeup. What are you doing with makeup?
I don't know, but she had 15 people doing her makeup.
And what were you doing?
I had one Kaustav Banerjee, and we had one shirt. And they had it just looked like Super Achiever and Joker. I was like, she was like BJP proper candidate. I was independent.
You were the Sushila.
पैसा नहीं है, market नहीं है, कुछ नहीं Sushila. Yeah.
So you're like Sushila, idhar aa jao.
But 5 minutes, you're working with her, and again it's back to love line because she's dirtier than me, she's naughtier than me, she's a big gossip. It's great fun. Y'all don't know what people really are. And I mean this is praise, not in any way as negative. You can hang out with Malaika for a long time, and the time just passes because she and the sister Amrita both just great fun to hang out with.
And
actually all the MTV guys the women were all great to hang out with. The boys could sometimes be too serious, but yeah.
But I remember you, I don't know which, you were great in that one episode with Kunal also. And it was like, we were laughing yesterday when we were doing the interview. He says that, abhi kaun kisko zyada interrupt karega dekhna hai when you're sitting with Cyrus.
With Kunal Khemu? We did a movie in 99 together. Yeah, but I had a Bakra on him when he wasn't famous. He was doing those ads. Wo kya tha? Surf ka ad?
Surf ka he did?
Baba, he was famous for those ads, yaar. For a little while. Totally different looking at that point. Young bacha and, chick nut sort of, innocent looking, masoom, not to get Jugal Hansraj into it. But yeah, so we had done a gag. You know what the gag is? I wish you can find it, guys. If you can find it, you should air it. So, because they told us that, there's 2-3 guys in Sydenham. There was Sydenham Fest in South Mumbai. They said, you got an Englishman from RADA, RA, Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, or bogus. But Angrez to hai, looks man, accent. So 80% of the job is done. So they made a big deal, put ads up and all. Please come if you want to be actor, from RADA training, straight away into international.
Sounds so fake, RADA.
I know. But
anyway, but still people...
No, because it's the same sapna in your eyes kind of feeling when you come to Lokanwala and look around and try to be an actor. I mean, the
Royal Academy of whatever.
Yeah. So he took it very seriously. And they made him do all kinds of silly things, like bark like a dog and scratch his ear with his leg. And I mean, all part of acting. And that fellow, Peter something was saying, it's all part of acting. You have to do all this, it's all the way. Actor never questions his art, which is somewhat correct. And he's so sweet. And then when we broke it, he was very upset, but sporting enough at the end. And then cut to, we worked together in 99, had a great time. Yeah, and we would shoot from 7 to 7 and then go and work out.
But that's exhausting, no? Film line.
What are you saying, Smita?
No, kya?
There's no work as an actor.
You
No
just
line,
waiting.
एक movement, half a dance step. What is there? Whole day you're sitting there thinking, Chinese mein kya milega? Sitting in your trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare. The work is not that much, honestly.
That's what, some say that
One scene
it's
you do-
exhausting in the sense
Exhausting
of
is आप तो
waiting.
पक गया उधर. There's no
हाँ.
doubt about that.
हाँ.
But waiting is the key. How much work do you do? Some days literally you do one look or something.
And you don't know what it's going to look like in the end because there's no monitor where
There's
you
no
can
linear
go.
also.
हाँ.
पता नहीं कभी, you don't know, you're on page 7, then you're on page 22.
And-
then you're on a bike with Soha Ali Khan, Pragati Maidan, I got lost. I hadn't ridden a bike for 10 years. They told me, "Acha, to get comfortable, round मार के आना." Nobody told me it's so big. I crossed Thane only, I think, after some time. I was like, where the hell am I? I had no mobile phone. I'm in a fat suit. And there's nobody to talk to. Can you imagine in India, there's nobody around?
Now it's called Bharat Mandapam. It's not Pragati Maidan anymore. It's
For
all
me.
changed. You have to go and see it.
Huh?
It's one massive thing. It's all changed.
One thing you Delhiites have, which we don't have, is that space here. It's
Space.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
My cousins grew up in Panchil Park in some big house and all that. When they
See,
come
he's
to,
a rich dude.
No,
or
when they-
even his family.
when they come
friends.
to when they used to come to our house, it would be like, it's almost like they've come to meet the menials. It's 2 seconds में घूम के वापस आएंगे
You
दरवाजे
guys
पे.
live on separate floors and all that. See what happened with Seth, no? Like the
Who's the comedian? I object. इसमें comedy, मैं तो anchor हूँ अभी. Tell me more.
I
What do you
the-
feel?
Are Bombayites so naive not to have security?
No. If I go to this building, they'll stop me. The problem is
You
always
don't look like chore then.
I fight. I'm watchmen and rickshawalas. I have fought with all my life. I've now, it's almost like racism where I've now stopped and tried to be calm and try to understand. But my wife tells me, stop behaving like this. Very classist attitude. But growing up, you fight with watchmen in Mumbai. What happens is growing up, when you first get the gadi and you're driving, you drop the girl home or whatever, and then you try to find parking. He's sitting there. You park the car, parallel park, 10 minutes होता है इसमें, up, down, reverse, cut, आ गया, finish, shut, engine, check everything, come out, then he goes, parking नहीं है. Every time it used to happen, I was going mad, man.
What were you doing when I was
Once I
going
was
over
dropping
it?
a girl home here in Bandra, I remember I was 18, 19 years old, firstly, and drinking and driving and all this and all that, enough problem. So I'm telling him to open the door so she can go in to the gate. She's a resident. So I'm outside, I put the lights on, and I came out and said, sir, दरवाजा खोलो. यहीं पे घर यहीं पे है, 4th floor, 5th floor, whatever it is. He refused. And then back in the 90s, he wanted proof. What if the girl is wearing a miniskirt and all that? I don't want her to stand outside and all that. So he started doing interrogation like, so they stop us. Exactly. But some vendor quietly can go and nobody seems to know.
Well, what is the key to happy marriage?
Honestly, I don't know how to answer these questions except to say one thing. You have to have some moments where you're okay with each other. But anyone who tells you love it, that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's such lies, yaar.
Yeah.
No, Insta pe kyun dikhata hai na, oh, I'm here with my lovely wife, my lovely kids. I mean, basically, if you don't hate your wife and family, then you're lying. But at some point, for a little while, if you like them, I think that's the reality.
And also, please don't show the Facebook and Instagram. Say, देखो कितना प्यार से खड़े हैं spouse के साथ.
I know. And happy anniversary and happy birthday and happy this and happy that. And then you're on Tinder at the same time.
Yeah, like I get a happy Valentine's Day. Like, what's happening? What have you done that you need a happy Valentine's Day? Okay, a couple of other questions. Why did it never occur to you to join politics?
I think I have to speak either good Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati, something, outside English. That would be one problem. But I thought about it. If I could, I may have. You never know. Because I think I'm a politician by mind. Because I don't have very strong views on anything. I'm flexible. I can change overnight. And I'm always thinking what's in it for me. So I think all the qualities are there. वो तो है. Also, I want to pretend to work and not work. All of them are there. It's almost like I'm trained for it.
Absolutely.
But this is just a hoodoo.
Will you make a movie ever? Like, is that your scene? Would you direct it or
No,
no?
it's too much work here.
Acting you don't want to
Also-
do because it's boring.
Acting I don't mind doing because if you get paid well enough, it's not that much work.
Huh.
But the problem is, for me, more than anything else, is that in India, nobody comes on time. If you're doing a film as a director and you're in charge of it, I would go mad. Because
I think
I'm a time freak. As you know, I came early.
Yeah, I appreciate
So,
that.
the biggest problem I've had in 30 years of 28 years of being in this line is waiting for people here.
But Bombay is slightly better.
Delhi is horrible.
Delhi is bad and Calcutta
Delhi
is the
events,
worst.
7 baje ka time hai, to 9 o'clock we are on stage.
Yeah.
It's nothing, it's like ridiculous.
And parties and all that. Like it won't begin
Nobody
till
comes.
10, 11 and all
Yeah.
that. I don't go only.
I refuse. Thank God they don't invite me, but still.
And they're like, oh, you'll meet so and so, you'll meet so and so. No,
Can't
never
do it.
mind. Cannot. Life is more important. I need my sleep.
Yeah.
I cannot, and I can't eat at midnight and things like that.
And if you don't drink, what are you doing from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock?
Just waiting.
Others are at least getting drunk and so they can manage. No?
So,
you are waiting for the food and we look bad.
Yeah.
Because we always say, khana hai. Do you do that?
Then bukka
I just went to a wedding and I'm the only guy asking that guy, khana?
I can't.
Then finally I asked the staff, I don't want to ask the guys, so I asked the staff. So the guy will get me some chicken tikka from the side. And,
No, I to eat and go. I
But
can't
then how
do-
eat and go means you're already feeling like sleeping after you eat.
Yeah. No, but I mean, if for these official dinners or something like that, if the mantri will come 11
So tell your audience,
baje.
there should be some badlav
There's
in this
nothing.
culture.
No, this is a very-
Just serve food early for people like Smita and me. Because we are not going to sit through the whole thing drinking and pretending to like each other.
And then
like
you have
the others.
these lovely hostess who say, we don't serve starters, because we've done so much mehnat over the main course. So if you eat starters, bhook mit jayegi. Sorry, bhook mit jayegi. We are dead by the time.
It's called cheapness. Nothing
Mooncfali bhi nahi
How come you don't give
rakha.
some starters? You make us dress up and come there.
What kind of food do you like the best?
I like all this. I love all this party food here. All this thing, everything.
Delhi wala khana, Bombay
I
wala
love
khana.
Delhi khana, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, even the chaat is much better, no?
Yeah. Chaat is better, but Bhelpuri and pav bhaji you can't get anywhere else. And vada pav.
Yeah,
Delhi
okay.
doesn't
I'll
do
give you that. I'll give you
those
that.
three
I'll give
things
you that.
we
But
cannot.
for
do.
non-vegetarian, Delhi food is better. There's
And
no
now
doubt.
it's like South Indian food to anywhere in the world, no? It's become the go-to breakfast.
Oh, you mean this thing,
Idli,
dosa
dosa and-
vosa. But it's a safe breakfast, no?
What? It's
They
carbs.
can't make it bad. Wherever you go in the world, whoever's making it, the community is not South Indian. They still make a decent dosa generally.
You go anywhere in the country
Yeah.
now, any hotel you go to,
Yeah. I got it in Manali.
Yeah,
Madras
that's
Cafe. First thing you saw.
everywhere you go, breakfast there is South Indian. Anywhere in the country, they don't.
Super popular.
And dinner is paneer anywhere you go in the
Yeah.
country.
But these are safe bets, no?
So, but do you remember as a child traveling, you went to South, you never got paneer. You went to North, you never got South Indian khana, like, chicken
Correct.
65,
Yeah.
nothing, none of that was there,
Yeah.
like,
Chicken 65. Who invented that?
Who
Really?
invented
Yeah.
that?
What is that even?
But it was very specific to South.
Right.
Getting those things. So when you came to South, you had the South Indian cuisine. You went to East India, you had the East Indian cuisine. You went to Gujarat, you had that. Now it's like the same thing. Even shopping it doesn't have
Also, the
masti.
big cities are all the same, no? The same now. Franchises are there and everything else.
You go to a mall here, or you go to a shop. Like पहले होता था हमारा Linking Road से कपड़ा लेना है, You go Palika Bazaar में जाना है.
We showed my daughter the other day Fashion Street. And where my wife would buy clothes when she was young and all that. And just unbelievable. The whole generation is growing up without understanding that you can go on the road and buy things which are as good, sometimes better.
So I would come to Bombay for Fashion Street, and I know my cousins from here would come to Delhi for Palika Bazaar. There was something to it. Now it's the same.
You all made too much money here. So now you're doing online shopping and all that.
Cha, never do online.
Unbelievable.
I cannot. Unless I feel the kapda. I'm still old. I can't.
Are you
do
a
that.
barter person?
No.
Like, growing up, arguing about the price and all that?
A little bit. But I have Bakra written on my face. They know that she
You
likes
also
it.
come
she'll
from
buy it.
Delhi to Mumbai, so you're going to buy. They know that.
They know that.
They can smell ki 100% hoga, but they don't know how much.
Because if I say kitne ka, I'm not doing that kitne ka,
Or winking.
Or ha.
Sach batao.
Yeah,
Last price.
Sometimes Bombayites don't even ask kitne ka. That much is enough for the other guy to tell you. How.
They one word, bolo.
Huh.
Straight away. You don't have to get into details. That's enough, na? Actually, it's also cutting to the chase here.
But Delhi.
Batao, bolo.
हाँ.
That's it.
भाई साहब ये कितने का is Delhi.
Oh, that is too much. Your
Too
full
many-
sentence, are you crazy?
Too many words.
Yeah, it shows too much enthusiasm.
But I've seen here how there are some 200 bikes parked.
Yeah.
Nobody steals them.
No,
Why?
I don't know.
There is something which defies logic in Bombay. I'm Mumbai.
But see, you can rob Saif's house because you might get away. But you take a bike, where will you go? You get caught in traffic after some time. You'll return the bike and say, "Mereko janjat nahi chahiye. I don't want
Log
this."
यहाँ पे, and even on the road, no, like you're taking a U-turn in full chock-a-block है. Banda, suddenly he's blocked.
So Mumbai
How is he
has
taking-
designed a street which has no one way. even if it says one way, no two-way, three-way. The pavement is allowed, and you can go across, parallel, adjacent, whatever you want. All is allowed. So the greatness of Mumbaikar is that nothing can stop us. We will find our way.
And no aggro. Like Delhi होता है तो कोई अभी दरवाजा खोल के दो थप्पड़ and all that.
There is a lot of dialogue also before aggro, no? So you all like, I think you all like language. So there's a lot of language. कौन है? तू कौन है? You know, it starts like that, then it goes up, no?
Yeah, तुझे पता नहीं मेरा बाप कौन है? हाँ.
It goes into that.
Yeah.
Here,
Stages of.
I fight with a biker. It's only head movement. He's on the pavement. I'm walking with my dog, and he goes like this. Like I should move to that side, and I say, क्यों? At least in Delhi, he'll say, Ma ben, ma ben. You know, he'll start fighting properly, like old-fashioned fighting. Yeah, the whole thing is this guy like that. He's just moving his head like he's a bad rocker or something.
And what do you do? You when you leave the dog on you?
My friend, I had an old friend now, Parsi man, who taught me how to abuse with an accent. So they don't know what you're saying. So you have to say like, Bansu, you know, SL is asshole. SL. So I use all these words. So if it doesn't go from me, it stays. Now I need to remove the goodness. So I do it all the time.
But they think you're loony then.
No, they're okay with the fact that they can't understand because they're not interested in understanding.
Oh, but they know you're a celeb. So then...
If they recognize there's no problem, then
they take the gali and say, "Ek selfie de do."
But this happens a lot with me is when I get into a fight and somebody recognizes after the fight starts. You know, so I had a fight, hand-to-hand fight on Gandhi Jayanti, October 2nd, peaceful day.
Yeah.
The biker came off the one way. Me and my daughter were coming out from the gym. I stopped him and I did a hool. So this guy decided that aaj Gandhi Jayanti hai, I have to be violent. So he turned his bike, came in front of me and stopped. Once he does that, it's fight or flight. Na?
Yeah.
So I got out. I went there. We had a few words. And I caught him. And in that fight, he fell and his wig came off.
Oh, God.
Now, passerbys calling my name and saying, Cyrus, kisi paas camera hai and all that, you know, warning me that it'll look like, you know, it's class issue and all that. So telling me to get into the car and go. And then everyone is laughing. And he got so upset because everybody was laughing. He took the helmet after I got into the car and hit the back of my Kia ka back screen and broke it. By then, cops came. Then he recognized me.
Oh.
So he said, बचपन से आपका program देख रहा हूँ. I love Bakra and all. He's telling me this.
तोड़ा क्यों मेरे साले?
3 minutes पहला सोचा नहीं. All this could have been avoided.
Yeah.
But the worst part is that humiliation of the wig coming off. And then all of my daughters laughing from the car. That one guy was shouting my name and saying to go, someone will take a photo. And the cops also laughing. So they also not use, this is Malba Hill crime. You know, two idiots are having a very...
But it is awkward. Like once in an airport, I was like this one guy, we were all standing in line waiting and this one guy comes right up front and he stands facing the thing and so I said, bhai, हम लोग सब line में खड़े हैं, आप पीछे चले जाइए. You can't jump like this and come in.
But you Delhi see a full sentence. Mumbai you would have gone...
It's like, but then this guy turns around and says, ma'am, I recognized you, I watched your podcast, I wanted a selfie. I wanted to die.
Oh.
I just wanted to die. I was like, and everybody looking at me.
You look horrible, no?
I felt...
Pompous woman, you're full of herself.
First I was all this, enthu lady speaking on behalf of...
You're Rajni, remember Rajni? Social justification. Change the country.
You are 80s, you're not 90s. If you remember Rajni.
If you remember, when I was young, but the thing is there were only 2 programs.
Yeah.
So everything, see, our generation who watched that know everything about it because option to nahi tha.
Again, Bombay, Priya Tendulkar.
Yeah. She's very good.
She's amazing actor. So this is what happens. Sometimes you have to just realize that people recognize you. I mean, this hasn't happened to me, right? I mean, I've been in journalism for 30 years, but I was always behind the scenes, not so much.
Podcast is changing all that.
Yeah, this is changing, no? And suddenly you realize that you can't be that activist.
But you switch because I'm a fraud. I switch immediately when they recognize me. I'm a very nice guy immediately. And before that, I'm MCBC and everything, ready to fight because I've got a lot of high impulse issues. So everything's happening, and then I switch again to the other part. I'm a politician, yaar. I can stab and I can kiss in the same breath.
What will your political party be called?
Pajama party.
The Nikkar.
Nikkar ne.
Even RSS moved. RSS has moved from Nikkar to pants. You are still.
No, Nalla is optional. Depends on the person. How far you want to take it.
No.
RSS has moved, no?
RSS
so disappointing.
Yeah. But yeah, Bombay mein at least that is not there ki boxers pen ke trying to pretend they are shorts. In Delhi that no, they wear those checks wala boxers.
And to kachas hai only the inside wala kachas. I know what you're talking about, the rangeen wala. So you think it's great, but we all know it's a chaddi.
Yeah.
So don't lie.
So they come to drop their kids to the school in that.
I mean, nice.
It is gross.
Mr. Sharma with his stomach out in the rangeen chaddi,
Yeah.
pretending like, hey, मैं गोवा से आ गया.
Preschoolers, the principals have to send notice
Dad.
that please do not come in your boxer shorts. They are not outerwear, they are
I had the
innerwear.
opposite in when my son was in school. I remember taking my German Shepherd and the car and dropping him, and I was sit outside on steps. There were some steps waiting for the bus to come, but we had to take the car to drop him. It was a little bit of a walk, and there was one mother who used to come with full makeup at 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Smita, who is this person? Full makeup, matlab, full makeup like a film star, hair done
Yeah.
at 7 in the morning, only to drop her son and go back.
Huh. Last, before I wrap up, do the kids say, please dad, don't do this? Do they say that to you?
Kids, they're like Mumbaikars only, where dad, wad and all that. My son is now in Canada. Our only conversation used to be like, dad, because I would cross in front of his TV while watching Liverpool. And then he would,
Where's your discipline? You don't take a bat and whack him?
I'm a very soft parent.
Okay.
I tried, but they don't even take me seriously. So if I raise my voice, they start laughing and leave. It's not good. She's the tougher parent. Yeah, you can't have both parents screaming. And
But with your sense of humor, like...
they never laughed at anything I have to say. In fact, my daughter...
Why do children never find parents funny?
The word is contempt after some time. I feel that is what I get. Like my daughter, I'm very bad with technology. So always I'm going to her to ask her to do something, such and such has happened, just check my phone. So her reaction has always been the same. It's this. It's always this, like she's dealing with a completely, I don't want to use a politically incorrect word, but mentally, not competent person.
Yeah.
It's always eyebrows raised and a little, just doesn't
My
make
thing is
me
that,
feel really
can
bad.
you please teach me how to do it? Because I don't want that
I've
look.
tried that. She says you're incapable. That's it.
I hate that look.
Yeah. I don't have an option.
So before that look comes, I was like, don't give me the look, just teach me how to do it. I'll do it, it's faster. I said, no, because I don't want to come back to you and get that look again. So just teach me how to do this.
So they teach you?
Yeah, so they teach me.
Nobody teaches me. They say.
But there's a difference between ladkas and ladkis. Now I have boys, so I can whack and say, okay, don't.
Yeah, no, I think more altruistic. The daughter will be more altruistic generally. I think females are a little bit more altruistic. But the contempt is the same. I don't see any difference. Really.
That eye roll.
The eye roll and...
But maybe we did it with our parents.
My son used to make me sit in the same chair. I don't even like football if Liverpool is playing. You can't get up. They just scored a goal. How much is left? 48 minutes. I know, 48 minutes, I can't leave the chair. I've been humiliated in my house, Smita. You have no idea.
So you only cricket, not football?
Well, I don't mind football, but I'm not crazy about football. Yeah, it's a dog-cat thing. Cricket is cricket. Cricket is there.
But I do watch it because I like
to interview Viv Richards next week. I'm very excited.
Oh, wow.
He's coming in for the Legends. My hero growing up.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen his house, but I've not... yeah.
Antigua?
Yeah. So, no. I saw, sorry.
England, maybe?
No.
Whose house did you see? You're not like the guy who broke into Saif Ali Khan's house. You don't know whose house you've gone to?
I saw from बाहर से किसका था? Vivian Richards का नहीं था. किसका था वो?
Give me a hint. We'll play this game. I'll help you.
Trinidad.
Brian Lara. Huge difference. Left hand from Trinidad.
Brian Lara, not Vivian Richards.
Never really played together.
Brian Lara I saw, and I saw him playing. I saw Brian Lara playing, but कुछ नहीं पता लग रहा था. We were so far away that okay, fine, somebody tells you he's Brian Lara, but I didn't.
Square of the offside, fantastic to watch.
But no, I didn't. I haven't met Vivian Richards. Why is Vivian Richards familiar? He was in the commentary box in Lord's when I was invited to come for a few hours
Which match?
See. This was India versus England.
But do you remember when? 2014.
Yeah.
Virat
14,
was
I
playing?
think. Yeah.
14.
Yeah, 14.
Or
yeah,
18.
Yeah, something, one of those many years ago. Many years ago. I saw 2 matches then at that time. And the other day I was just looking, when Apple phone throws back pictures and all that, I saw that, I'd gone to see a cricket match in Australia, which I'd completely blanked out from. It was a MCG. And, I walked 3 kilometers because there was some, I don't know what it was, but they said the buses aren't going beyond this. I walked.
VIP movement. Chief Minister must have been in Melbourne.
I don't know
this
what
only happens
it was.
when Indians are there. I'm telling you.
I said, I don't care, I'm walking. So there were a couple of other journalists and I said, look, I'm not even such a great cricket fan, But I was like, I can't miss this opportunity. I'm not coming back to Australia. Nobody's going to pay me to come to Australia, and it's too expensive. And
MCG is a
and
once in a
an
lifetime just to
Indian
visit.
team is playing, and I don't come. That's not going to happen. So I said, so there are many experiences I think we would do in life because I think it's that middle class mentality कि फिर कभी मिलेगा कि नहीं opportunity.
Also, you're doing it for many members of your family who may have been crazy about cricket.
Like Prayag going to the dip. It's like that also.
Yeah,
Don't know whether I'll do it again or not. So
Might as well grab the opportunity, especially if you're there, although in Australia.
So I think it's also one's way of doing things in life. Some people say कोई बात नहीं है, नहीं होता है तो.
I mean, don't have regrets, yeah. You have gone
to
and you have to wait 4-5 years for India to travel again and all that, etc.
And we didn't have cell phones and all, no? So I would wait in line for an
When is
autograph.
this? Which?
No, I'm saying when we were kids.
Yeah.
Do you remember
I
waiting
know,
in
we
line?
also
Yeah.
wait in line, be very polite, and
I waited for 40 minutes for cricketers like Vengsarkar, Roger Binney, and all that. And today when I tell my kids, like, Roger Binney was I had a crush on Roger Binney. They say, like, what?
18 wickets in 18
And I was
World Cup,
talking,
Roger
I said,
Binney.
yeah. I said, when our wicket gira tha, and I was like, yeah, you guys don't understand the shame of living that when we were told that you don't have fast bowlers. I said, we used to like, हमारा tail अगर 2 run बनाएगा, Yerapalli Prasanna and
he was a proper all-rounder, Roger Binney.
Roger Binney was, but Prasanna and all these guys,
before,
kahan pe? Chandrasekhar, with
Venkat could bat a bit.
Venkat could.
Bishan and Prasanna not so much.
Where Bishan Bidi came to double figures.
Dilip Doshi later, absolutely zero.
Zero, So Chandrasekhar, a woman, no, they keep pull your hand and all that. Vichara fir bhi kar raha hai, So his was okay, but there were like literally 4 tailenders who wouldn't even score double digits. So हमारा अगर अंशुमन गायकवाड़ and Sunny Gavaskar नहीं बनाया और अगर विश्वनाथ out हो गया तो खत्म, like,
Wow. You're my generation, huh? Vengsarkar at 3, Vishwanath at 4. It's all coming back. Then Jimmy Amanath comes into the team.
Kirmani.
Yeah, Yashpal Sharma at 5, Kirmani at 7.
Yeah. And I mean, that era. So like the other day when we were talking and saying कि तुम किस ज़माने का बात कर रहे हैं cricketers का, I said, why not, yaar? I mean, for us.
But that's fair, no? The generation that you grew up in. I was just talking to you about this to somebody also. Like, big fan of Kohli and Sharma and all, but you'll never feel what I feel when I see Gavaskar. I still get a little intimidated. Amitabh Bachchan passes, it's Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah. With due respect to, say, Ranveer Singh or whatever, Ranveer Singh or whatever, they're great. But I don't, we can't change the fact we were born in one generation. So the whole they have on us will always be different.
So when people say that, there's Virat and Rohit ka fan clubs fight each other and all.
Yeah.
I say, यार हम लोग के पास भी था कपिल देव and गावस्कर का था. We had Imran versus Kapil Dev. हम लोग का भी था. We also broke up friendships with our best pals because we were fighting with that.
And those are the days when Delhi Mumbai divide was great in Ranji also.
Yeah.
So
oh my
matches
God,
were played cutthroat like India Pakistan.
Yeah.
The Kapil Gavaskar Zamana was like, that's all gone from first
so
class.
So people don't know that that even friendships got divided based on Ranji and Duleep Trophy and all these things also. And we would watch 5 days. We would sit there and watch.
And one of the great finals, I think, was 91-92, if I remember correctly, Vengsarkar versus Kapil. The Haryana wins by 1 run.
I don't know.
At the end, yeah.
Okay, and that was also another
Mumbai
thing.
Haryana final. First time I think Haryana wins.
And these were the comeuppance of the Haryani lads. You are coming against the Bombay guys. Like,
but they had Chetan Sharma, Kapil Dev.
But even the commentators were divided like that, no? They were all Bombay commentators.
No, Northwest was very...
where was Harsha and all came much later.
Yeah, Harsha came later.
There was... All the commentators were all Bombay guys.
Was it?
Of course, completely. There was Dharmarajan, I think there was the All India Radio guy. Who was...
Puri was there.
So they were... Narottam Puri also, Delhi. These were the two guys, but Dharmarajan was English and Narottam Puri was Hindi.
Suresh Saraiya on the radio.
Suresh Saraiya, yes.
And I remember that
with the accent.
I remember Gopal Dutt, our actor, the great Gopal Dutt. We tried to recreate that in one of our gags that we shot for TWTW. Because people don't remember. No, because again, this is a world which does not heard radio commentary from India in the 50s, 60s, 70s and all, where they're frustrated poets. बल्ला उठाया और ये गेंद सीधा ऊपर जा रहा है आसमान की तरफ. No, it's over.
Uski chor.
No, he's
Sab
out.
chor.
No, by then we come to the point where he's out and all this guy's gone into poetry for 15 minutes.
I remember my cousins telling me, why are they saying chor?
Yeah.
I said, yaar, tu chod na, you're Bombay. You don't understand. Chor is that taraf. I said, what is taraf? How do I explain it? You
Side,
don't
yeah,
understand.
side.
Chor side. The side is side. That, you know. So, but it was.
So the romance of listening to Hindi and English, and they have another thing only Indians can do. The English guy, Hindi guy will talk together. So if you don't understand one language out of the two, you won't understand what they're saying. They're having a dialogue.
But I remember
Together.
so many people who would have the TV on but listen to radio commentary.
I love the radio.
You still do that?
No, now where
Now,
is
nahi,
it?
it's not
My
there.
good friend Ronak, who's I think heading ESPN, he used to do
RJ Ronak?
No, Ronak Kapoor.
Acha.
So he does a little commentary now on TV, but he used to do radio commentaries. He was telling us about it. Nothing has changed. It's still the same thing. You know, it's like
Yeah.
people are just fighting. It's like politicians. They're fighting for the seat. So agar mil gaya ek second ke liye mil gaya, तो you don't let the mic go.
There's such a magic to it.
But
You know, it's
Smita, imagine when we didn't have the TV. So we are completely dependent on that guy. And that guy is not getting to the point. The
I
ball
don't know
is in
whether
the air and
you
you're
had
waiting.
this, but when we would come back from school, did you come by school bus? So there
Yeah.
were times when cricket matches were happening and the bus driver would put it on the
On
radio.
loud, yeah.
And then it was like, jaldi se bana before my bus stop comes, like utarna padega, and then I'll miss that point.
We also used to have the small transistors we keep in the desk.
Asha, we
Yeah.
weren't allowed.
No, you have to keep it very soft. There's a technique. And you have to learn how to look at a teacher and pretend to pay attention. I can do it. I have not paid attention to this whole entire thing that we've done.
Like,
Kuch yaad nahi hai. But you don't know because I have the ability to look like that and I've been listening.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's been such a wonderful podcast. It's as if I'm talking to somebody back from my days. It's been
I don't want to sound arrogant and say like we know better than other people. Please, podcast people should just chat. Make it different from
इधर
TV.
इनका कुछ भी नहीं मैंने use किया.
Nahin, what's the point here? What are you going to ask me? I'm not like a scientist.
But like I always tell my guests, it's like for me, it's like 10th board exam ना. सब कुछ रट के आना है या सब कुछ learn करना है last
And that's
minute.
because also from the TV and journalist background and all that.
I need to
there's
research.
Intelligent research, exactly. But for us, I always think only one thing. If I'm at the airport and I hang out in the old days in the 90s, phone ke pehla, we would chat with people. How do you kill time?
Yeah.
And there's great fun having
The
a
art of
conversation with
conversation.
someone you don't know. Kya karta hai? What do you do? Where do you come from? There's that. Some fight. Then commonality, flight delay. Then, making fun. The cynicism of the flight, etc., etc.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
all fun. So I want the podcast for me.
But that's the wealth you're bringing to your podcast. That's why it's so successful.
I don't know if it's successful and what the wealth is, but I don't want to be a fraud. So if I start pretending to be you, and I've done a lot of data and research, and I'm pretending, you'll be exposed in a 1.5 hour conversation.
Yeah, the podcast really strips you
can't
of
do
that.
The cricket ke baare mein, no problem. I can talk because I really am passionate.
No,
Like
but
we did
even
just now.
guests, like
Yeah.
if you get a guest and they, in a TV interview, people can keep up the facade.
Nothing.
In a
2 minute mein ho gaya.
podcast, you can't.
You can't.
Because
you're
you get
following,
shown.
You're following up from your question. Na? Then how will you keep up with your guests if you don't know what you're talking about? I can feed you the question and then, but it goes from there, no?
So if somebody's trying to keep up an image, that gets shown very easily everywhere. Anyway, thank you, Cyrus. Thank
So
you
learn
so
from
much.
the masters, Smita and Cyrus. We are the best.
Thank you for watching or listening to this edition of the ANR podcast with Smita Prakash. Do like or subscribe on whichever channel you have seen this or heard this. Namaste. Jai Hind. Click here to watch the previous episodes.